Welcome back to another amazing episode of The Careful Boys, and today we got Alex in the seat right here.
Oh wow, Alex!
Good to be back.
Oh wow, he's here.
Alex is here. What's up, man? How you doing, dude?
Pretty good, feeling good. I just came off of my COVID recovery.
Oh shit.
How did you enjoy your COVID? What the fuck, dude? Turn the cameras off.
Yeah, but how you gonna bug him? Not let us know, man. You gotta.
No,
Same
it was,
table, bro.
It was like 2.5 weeks ago. I started testing negative.
Oh, 2.5. Oh, I had COVID
over
last
2.5 weeks.
We back.
Was it the Omarion version? The
I think
R&B,
so.
The 90s,
I was,
R&B
I was
version?
telling Bart I was dancing in the rain and shit.
I heard that's one of the symptoms of Omarion, you know?
Anthony, what's that Omarion like type move? Like, what's something you could just do right now that's like
Oh, shit, I
Omarion?
could have been part of the team on that day. I'm telling you right now. I was like,
cough and lie down.
Yeah.
Get that icebox, man.
He does this a lot too. He be doing the. He be doing
Why
the
do I feel
rope.
like all four of you have the like exact same library with like 5 dance moves?
this one?
This one?
The dice. We do shaking the dice. I do.
Never mind. You know, you already innovating.
I go.
What's this thing? The wheelchair.
I do
thing?
one of
Cat
those.
Daddy?
Yeah.
See?
Wow. Oh man, taking me back.
Damn.
You got the jerk?
I can do the
Let me
jerk.
see the jerk.
Like real life?
Yeah, let me see a jerk real life right now.
You're a jerk.
Okay, time out. That's the reject.
Jabberwocky.
That's not the jerk.
My bad.
That's the reject.
Oh shit, my bad.
So how do you do it then?
What's the difference between a reject and a jerk?
Well, it's
backwards?
They're just different moves.
And then shuffling. And then shuffling.
Yeah, like the reject. I guess if you're going like this, it's almost like you're getting rejected. So there's like this opposition feeling.
Okay.
Whereas like that jerk has like a totally different group to it.
We're getting lessons, yo.
I can do that. Hey, I can do that too. Shit.
But he's over 200 pounds.
Yeah.
Were you COVID during the holidays? Did it
Yeah.
ruin your holidays?
Yeah, so I got it on Christmas, I think. So I was at
Merry
my mom's
Christmas.
house.
Like Merry Christmas party, family COVID spread party.
I gave it to my little sister, my mom, my stepdad didn't get it. I don't
Did
know
it hit
how.
you pretty hard or?
Because he's a stepdad.
Yeah,
That's why.
exactly. Yeah, you don't matter. I'm just joking. I'm just joking.
Shout out to all the stepdads out there.
But no, on Sunday, so
Hang in there, stepdad.
Saturday I felt fine, and then Sunday I like went to work. I felt good, and then like towards the middle of the day I started feeling like a little weaker. I was like, oh, like if I squeeze really hard I'd probably pass out or something like that. And I got home, I was sitting playing video games, and then I started just getting like a little like weaker and started feeling like a little clammy.
You're squeezing the buttons too hard, man.
Yeah, and then so I was like, all right, I'm gonna go to sleep. So I started laying down, and then I started getting cold. And I was like, damn, like I'm getting really cold. So like I stood up, and my fan blew wind on me, and it sent me like in a shiver like attack. I couldn't stop. Yeah, I couldn't stop shaking, so I put on a sweater, sweatpants.
That's the best sound effect.
I was under covers, and I just couldn't stop shaking.
Do you live by yourself?
I rent a room out of a house, so technically, yeah, because I don't know anybody.
Do you make any noises where the other people are like, what the hell's going on in there?
Well, I have a big ass fan going on and shit, so they can't hear anything. But I was like shaking uncontrollably, like I was like laughing, and then the headache came, my eye started hurting, and then I started coughing.
Did you lose taste?
No, I didn't.
Oh, this is not the Delta.
Yeah, I didn't lose taste. I didn't lose smell. Fell asleep. I woke up the next morning and felt fine. I was just congested for like a whole, like maybe a week and a half, like the worst congestion I've ever had before. So other than that, I felt fine. I got tested on Monday at Kaiser, and it took them all the way till Saturday to give me back my results.
Was it PCR?
Shout out, guys.
PCR be taking like 5 to 7 days. and
Yeah.
stuff.
The labs and
So
stuff.
like, but
Why?
me feeling like, I was like, oh, that must have just been like an allergy attack or something. So I was kind of just like, I went to work on Tuesday because my boss was like, oh, do you feel good? I'm like, I feel perfectly fine. Like, so I went to work Tuesday, wore my mask the whole time just to be safe, all the way up till Friday, and I was like, dang, I still haven't got this test back. Let me just go take a rapid test. So I paid for a rapid test, and it was like positive.
I could have gave you some for free, bro.
Shit, you should have banged my line.
I didn't know. Fuck.
Yeah, bang his line next time.
Hey, bang my line next time.
Everybody knows I'm the COVID plug.
So that one came
You
back
look like
positive. Then the PCR came back the next day, and it was positive. But I really only had like one hard night, to be straight up.
So you went to work for a week with COVID?
Kinda.
You one of those, huh?
I didn't.
Like,
I didn't
Alex is a COVID fucking spreader.
Patient zero, the new one.
Like I said, when I got to work, just to be safe, I was wearing my mask. No one at work got it. No one at my work got it, which was cool.
Cool case study, huh?
Yeah, it was a good study. I started testing negative, so I've been negative now for I think 2.5 weeks. But Jesse, the guy that works with us, just got it 2 days ago, so he's sick now. So I think
It's just common right now.
yeah, it's common. You know, I work with in sales, so I'm seeing a bunch of different people all the time. So I thought I was like at some point I was like, it's a matter of time before I get this thing.
Someone's gonna bring it to you.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Aren't medical professionals asked to come back to work?
Even with Omicron.
Yeah.
You say mask up and come back.
But this is how like diseases work or like viruses work, right? Like people don't know. A lot of people, you know, we know that we had like a massive flu like during World War I, and it was called the Spanish flu. But it wasn't really from Spain. It originated fucking in the U.S. or other places people don't really know, right? Because they kept it so fucking secret, right? But that one was so fucking deadly that like soldiers were getting it during trench warfare and shit, and they would drop dead within hours of getting it.
Damn.
Yeah, and it would fucking make people blue, like fucking, it would be crazy, right? But the flu we have today is because the way that they got rid of that was the flu mutated, and then it was able to live, but like it has this symbiotic relationship with human beings where like viruses, they don't want to just destroy a human being because that's their host.
You gotta stay alive.
They want to continue infecting people, but then if all the population dies, then the virus is like, well, I basically fucked myself, right? It has to mutate to being milder, and then it keeps spreading.
I didn't know they were that smart. Fuck.
But that's how Omicron works, bro. Like,
They're just like, I'm too strong. Must
Through natural
change.
selection, it does that.
I know, right? Because they can't go to another host if the host dies. But then the weaker ones can keep going, and then they'll overtake, because if you have the weaker version too, like, you're immune. So or you're, you know, it's like having the antibodies, but it's just that it's like having the vaccine basically. But this is the crazy part, right? Is like the Omicron, it's good. It's like this. We want it to mutate. We want it to be more contagious. We want it to be weaker.
Deaths are going
That's a
down.
good one, yeah.
Deaths are going down. Cases are going up right now, but it's continually going down.
What's your Yelp review?
People are fucking dying.
How many stars? How many stars?
It was fine. It's just the testing. I wish I would have got my test back sooner, so I didn't have to go to work for a whole goddamn week. I could have took all these days
The
off.
testing was worse than the symptoms.
Hell yeah.
No, because you blame Kaiser more than Omicron.
Yeah, bro.
There's an Omicron
I
variant.
went to work
now.
for a whole week. I got 1 day off from COVID. When everybody else getting like a whole 2 weeks off and shit. I was like,
Imagine the PCR test during the Spanish flu days. They're like, we're gonna tell you in 7 days. And like, you're positive.
They're already at the casket.
but you just had it again?
No. So here's the fucking funny thing, right? I got sick again earlier this week, right? And
You got sick earlier this week?
Why didn't you fucking tell us, man? Fucking infect us this shit.
Hey, everyone, get some vitamins from here.
I specifically didn't tell y'all so I could give it to you. No, I got sick earlier this week, but you know, because we're in like this COVID generation, it's like every year I get like a cold or the flu during the season, right? It's like normal. Everybody gets it around me. But nowadays when you get the cold, you're like, you gotta fucking like double check. You gotta text everybody. You gotta fucking like take tests and shit like that, and it's just this huge fucking deal. But I tested negative, and now it's gone, and now I'm like, oh yeah, I guess you can still just get a regular cold, huh? Like that still exists.
You know what's crazy? I was thinking about that, like even maybe just a few years ago, like let's say someone caught a cold or something, right? And like let's say they still go to the gym, they're training hard or whatever, he's got a hoodie on, you're like, oh man, fool's hardcore, that's badass. Or a guy is like he's back in construction doing whatever. When you're sick and you like push through it, it was like, man, that guy's dope.
Everyone's like, yeah.
But now it's like if someone has like, what the fuck are you doing here, you fucking crazy ass motherfucker?
Yeah, stay your ass at home.
Yeah, it's like, whoa, it's crazy how the whole thing just flipped. It's like now you're irresponsible, but back then you're like badass. Yeah. It's like, what the fuck?
I kind of like it, bro. If you're sick, like, and you have active symptoms, stay away from me. That's how
I like it too.
What kind of like this? Like that was like that?
That's not that bad. But if you're like coughing a bunch, COVID or not, it's just like, ah man.
I know, but you cough the most out of anybody I've ever met.
You know, I'll tell you. How do I cough? That's because I'm about to throw up because we're working out so hard. That's what usually happens.
Nick coughs the most out of
He has
anybody
workout
I've ever met
coughs?
before. Workout coughs, sitting down coughs, eating
I
coughs.
don't even notice his coughs. He got locked. Okay, now I'm gonna check
Just
for
because
his
he does it
cost.
so much.
He's gonna be self-conscious the whole day.
I remember when COVID first came around, he was coughing so much. Bro, I don't have COVID.
Don't you?
You know what's crazy though?
I'm gonna have a cough counter for you, dude.
Since COVID has been around, I'm in the gym working out. I have never choked on drinking water more than ever in my life. And as soon as I start like drinking water, I start coughing. Everyone just completely freaks out.
Yeah, they look at you like,
yeah, I don't blame them. I
doing
get it.
here?
I get it. Because when you hear it too now, you're just like, yo, what the?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I'm still coughing from it, and it's like weird. It's like I'll have to cough. Like right now, I'm having like a cough, but then like maybe in 2 hours, I'll stop coughing for like 6 hours, and then it comes back. It's just random
Is it the
times.
same type of cough? Is it
Yeah.
like phlegmy or dry? Or?
It's dry, and then
It's like
my,
an itchy and non-productive cough too, right? It's-
Exactly.
it doesn't feel like there's something that's happening.
Yeah.
You're just like you have a cough.
Have you tried honey and lemon?
Today's video is brought to you by Babbel. Babbel is a language learning app that sold more than 10 million subscriptions. Wow, that's a lot of users.
That is a lot of users, but it's also helpful that it's an app because you could have it on the phone. If you're trying to go to a new country and you want to learn a new language, check Babbel out because it has a lot of dope features.
You know what I went during the summer times? During the summer times, I went to Mexico, right? And I was like, man, I wish I knew Spanish. Like, just being in LA, you listen to it a lot, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, I could pick up so much. But now with Babbel, I can learn Spanish on the go, pretty quick, 15-minute lessons, right?
Like
and next
pendejo,
out,
puto.
mother asshole, you know?
Yeah.
And fucking Don Beriga, that means Mr. Stomach. That was the name of my friend. Yeah,
okay.
Mr. Stomach. It's really quick on the go, and I thought it would be pretty cool. Like, it's like, we're kind of on lockdown anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna use this time to learn more Spanish so that when I do go back, I'm gonna be like, Espanol all day, homie.
Yeah, it's dope. I like that Babbel is created with AI, with language experts, over 100 of them. So then that way, what you're learning is actually very practical. And they also have speech recognition technology, so it helps with enunciation and accent, so you're not just saying it like the wrong way.
Also, their teaching method has been scientifically proven to be effective. So it's not just someone coming in here and being like, yeah, here's some flashcards or whatever, here you just memorize some words, right? They actually use language experts to develop this program, and it's pretty awesome.
And one of the other awesome things about Babbel is they have a 20-day money-back guarantee. So you can try it out for a week or even 2 weeks. And if you don't like it, you get all your money back.
And also they have 14 different languages you could choose from like German, French, Española. It's pretty awesome.
And right now, they have a sick-ass deal for our fans only. You go to babbel.com, babbel.com/offtherecord. And when you get 3 months, you get another 3 months for free. That's 6 months for the price of 3. Go to babbel.com/offtherecord to get this special deal and learn some new languages.
I've tried honey actually. I have one. I have a honey bottle like this right by my bed. So I'll take it just to help it.
pressing your thumb for 10 seconds.
I might not actually.
Actually, it's gone.
You guys see in the UK, I think it was Boris Johnson who was making all the new mandates or the
It's
new,
all open, bro.
He's lifting it all.
He lifted it all, and you see everybody who's fucking in that Congress room and shit like that, just being like celebrating and stuff. Every announcement, he's like, no more mandates. It's up to the good judgment of the British people. You know what I mean?
I kind of like that, man.
I think it's fire,
Just lift
too.
it and let everyone make their own decisions. If you want to stay inside, stay inside. If you want to go make out with COVID patients, go make out with COVID patients. Whatever. You just go do your own shit.
You know what sucks though?
Stay inside or make out with
Those are the two options.
It's like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna stay inside, man.
What sucks with that is that people are saying Boris is only doing it because he got caught with controversy. Like he was at a party and then like it was during lockdown. But the thing
The
is,
real reason.
people don't know that the UK was already open.
Yeah, that's hilarious.
They were open several months ago, and then they had to shut back down. But then the citizens on ground, they were like, "Fuck no!" So no one was following it. So then the world thinks like, "Oh, UK was on lockdown," but they're like, "Nah, they've been defiant toward their government." And apparently, Boris Johnson wanted to be like, I think it was Sweden, who was just like, "Nah, herd immunity," but then like, just politics.
Eventually, I think the people will just not have the mandate anymore. Like even now, before like you would go in like a restaurant or whatever, and like you have to go back and get it. Now like I'm like, oh fuck, and they're just like, well, that's fine. So they just look around. So I think even the people themselves are just
People are starting to care less.
I've seen remember we were playing fucking at the
Chin diapers.
circus where we were playing roulette.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah.
the foreman had it like this the whole time.
Yeah.
And then he was asking us to put our masks on.
Dude, the funniest was that there was that other dude on the side who kept dropping it down, and the guy would be like, yo, put it back up. He told him 3 times, and then the dude started winning, and the guy was like, that's fine.
See, it's just gonna loosen up by itself.
Like, I don't mind the mask. I honestly just hate wearing it at the gym. That is the worst for me. Like, going to the store and shit, whatever. But the gym, I'm just like, man, I'm getting so sick of that shit.
You know what's crazy though is like the way how people reacted, like politically, just like emotionally, everything. Like I wanted to have this conversation in 2020 fucking March, but it was so dangerous to openly talk about how you feel about COVID and everything.
Just to explore an idea.
Emotionally charged.
It's not like, you know, it's like, wait, I thought we lived in a democracy where we can kind of challenge our authority and I thought science is when you challenge the belief or just the you have to, you know, see and you have to get proof, and I don't know, I was like, why do you just listen to authority? Like,
If March 2020 was a Western movie and someone was like, hey, what do you guys think about the mask? I'm like, what'd you say, you motherfucker? And it's like, whoa. Someone else is like, nah, fuck you. And it's like, you can't even just have a regular conversation.
yeah.
This here's a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, for no reason. It's just someone.
Here's a Mexican.
Someone's just posing a question.
Are you Mexican?
And why am I a threat?
Salvadorian.
I'm not a doctor. I'm just a fucking goofball that talks about getting rim jobs on YouTube. Like, why am I a threat? Why are people
Kind
getting
of makes you a doctor.
right?
Kind of a threat, also.
Because people are like, oh, you
That's pretty tight.
There's so many people watching you. You have such a, you know, you have to like set a good fucking role model. I'm like, I never did that in my whole entire entertainment career from the fucking start.
Yeah, bro.
So why do I have to start now?
You get your science news from us, yo.
I know, right? The fuck? That's what blows my mind.
We're learning what viruses are.
To be fair, that Just Kidding Films plaque says teaching good things in a bad way. So you are teaching.
We are teaching.
Good things. That's
But
subjective,
in a bad
bro.
way, so we're staying true to, you know, what JK's always been.
Well, we teach other things like friendship and harmony with others. That's what we teach, right? That's pretty good.
Teach that.
Yeah, dude. Through conversation, through, you know, hanging with
Like an
friends.
indirect lesson, right?
I guess.
Seeing tweets nowadays talking about how, you know, everybody was like a couple days ago signing up for the USPS like 4 fucking COVID tests that you get for free and shit, right? Everybody, my family's texting me about it, like my coworkers and stuff. Everybody's like, you signed up for this, right?
Sounds like a
And
pyramid
I'm looking at
scheme.
tweets about it and shit where it's like, oh, next time pandemic rolls around, maybe we don't have to wait 3 years before we get free tests.
See, that's the thing too, bro.
Right? Yeah.
Where's the advancements in the testing? I feel like it's like some states in the Midwest or wherever, they don't have testing sites. Like they can't go get tested within like a couple hours of them feeling sick or anything. So it's just like,
They just go, this is my test.
oh jeez. West people are hardcore. You know? It's crazy.
I'm negative.
They play Russian roulette.
I'm negative.
Someone from the Midwest, confirm or deny this.
Russian roulette's your test?
Has anyone ever actually scanned your QR when you showed it?
QR for what?
It's happened to me once when I went to a concert.
Oh, they scanned it?
Yeah, they actually scanned it.
Oh, they scan like your on your Vax card?
Yeah, because I have it on like on my Apple Wallet, and they actually like they were.
Only in Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii's pretty strict. Because I got, you know, vaccinated and everything and had to do all that because Hawaii's getting so expensive to do the test every single time. Yeah. And then over there, you got to have the records to go eat at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was
And
there
then
too.
a
They
lot of
didn't
places,
scan mine
they'll,
still.
you know, they'll check when was the last time you got it, whatever. They're pretty thorough. So yeah, it's just different state by state, you know. But it makes sense out there. Like they don't have enough hospital beds. Yeah. So if all of a sudden the
yeah.
locals get sick and all the tourists get sick, like they don't even have like tents to
No
set up
accommodation,
to deal with people that are sick. So yeah, it
But they
kinda
got
makes sense.
beaches and stuff, so, you know.
That's kind of a nice place to be sick.
Yeah, be in the warm sand.
This is my COVID treatment.
It's like, dude, you're sick. You need rest and relaxation.
Have you seen people starting to vaccinate their dogs and stuff?
They vaccinate their dogs.
Yeah, there's some people
With the
that
same
You can
vaccine?
vaccinate the dogs?
they are.
COVID dogs?
I don't know. I think people
That's
just,
crazy, man.
just worried.
You
I
know,
think.
why couldn't this just be as simple as like, hey, this is the scientific evidence.
Yeah,
okay.
never, dude.
And then this is how we're still figuring it out because it's new,
Because the paper that's printed has the pharmaceutical company on it.
right? Because it's like, yo, this is
Scientific
new.
evidence.
This is new. This is a fucking. We have all these universities that are like funding this science by Pfizer or whatever. We just want the people to be healthy. And so they can go back to, you know, living life and all that shit. But they're so fucking politicized. There's so many different people that are like, nah, if you're on the left, you got to do it this way. If you're on the right, you got to do it this way. It's like, what the fuck? That's what sucks the most out of all of this.
You see the conspiracy that Bob Saget died because of the booster?
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
Didn't they say he died from a heart attack? Was that his cause of death?
I don't even know.
Well, you know what was weird about that? Is like just the day before he finished up a stand-up show. And I was on his Instagram, I was like, what the fuck? I'm looking at a ghost, bro.
He performed live and then just died the next day.
Yeah, he was out there for a whole weekend to do
Yeah.
shows, I believe.
R.I.P. dude.
Yeah. And I thought like he's a rock star, it's an overdose or whatever. But yeah, I don't know.
Because he said he didn't have any health issues, right?
Heart disease is a silent killer, I think.
Well, the booster, like apparently he was like on another like podcast or radio show like a week prior, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I just got the booster. I'm about to do some shows and stuff like that." And then again, there's no physical ailments or anything, and somebody like drops dead. But I had a friend of a friend who was talking about how like when she got the booster, what they don't tell you is that like you can fuck with your menstrual cycle. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so it's like, you know, you'd have like your period, and then suddenly you get the booster, and next thing you know, you have a heavy period for another week, like right after, which is uncommon for your menstrual cycle. So it's kind of like there are effects that happen to your body, you know what I mean? But like nobody tells you what the side effects are.
What's in the booster?
Well, I don't want to
What was in the
scare
first
you guys.
vaccine? I don't know.
I got the actual booster. I got the actual antibodies.
What the fuck is that?
The
Oh,
antibodies.
you mean you got sick?
So I'm fully vaccinated and I got the.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I got the Target.
I mean,
brand,
I
not
got
the Walmart brand.
vaccinated, and then I got the Delta, and then I got the booster, and then
And then you got the Omicron.
you know what I mean?
Super Saiyan.
I don't know if I'm gonna go get the next booster. Like I'm done.
Because you got 2 vaccines and you still got sick.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm trying to get like 16 more boosters in the next 3 years. You know what I mean?
And that's the crazy shit too. Is do you remember when they said that when you get vaccinated, you won't get sick?
That's what they thought at the beginning, and they found out.
And then people were still getting sick and people were still spreading the disease. And it's like, the fuck, dude? Like, this is the kind of bullshit that I think gets people to, you know, they can't trust the government anymore. Because it's like, well, you're telling me all this shit. And then you're not even like backtracking or fixing what you said. And people are still like being duped. So it's like, what the fuck do
And
we
not
do?
everybody's playing by the same rules.
That's true. What the hell do we
Gotta
do?
take it to old school and just make ginger, dude.
ginger tea, honey,
He's gonna go back
brown
to the Western
sugar.
reference. I'm like, he's like,
Ginger, the old school.
Ooh, you know, fucking just get the fucking their chi going.
I think that'll help.
Tai Chi in the park.
Not to scare you guys, but the creator of this vaccine, one of the guys that were a part of the research team that developed this, I think it was like in the 90s or whatever, he is actually one of the biggest skeptics and speakers of like why we shouldn't be rolling this out and why we shouldn't be taking it. He did like a 3-hour interview on Joe Rogan. One of the most important parts of this is I forgot his name, so it's gonna be pretty.
Something
no, but I
Malone?
did see what you're talking about.
Robert Malone or something.
Graham Cochran,
You're close.
Johnny Cochran,
something like that.
Carl Malone, Utah Jazz.
Carlo,
Moses Malone.
Against the vaccine?
but
See how that flipped? I was like, wait, what happened?
This fool, he just gets canceled.
You start the headline.
it's crazy, especially from the guy that was a part of the research team and the development of this vaccine.
That fool sus, dog.
Aren't people trying to discredit him? Or
Yeah, but he lays out why.
They keep blocking him on like Twitter, which is like, sometimes you can't like. I don't know. I don't agree with everything that guy says, but as far as trying to censor him, on these platforms.
It makes him seem even more real.
Exactly. Like it makes it a
If
whole.
somebody's spreading misinformation, you like give the real information. But if somebody's telling the truth, that's like detrimental to like the government narrative, you like censor them.
But he also cites who's trying to discredit him, the reasons why, and also it's like his reasons aren't like, oh, they're trying to get me because the government. It makes sense. It's like money motivated, and he breaks it down, and he even talks about who the writers were that try to discredit them and how it's all tied together. So it's not like he's an intelligent human being, and he's very, very
Good looking.
Yeah.
hot.
Oh my bad. I thought that's what you were gonna say.